myself Mousumi Datta, Assistant Professor, College of Education. I welcome you all to the Academic Learning YouTube channel. Today I am going to discuss with you a topic that is related to mental health. And we know today is it is a burning issues now. In the world, everyone has that problem. We are confronted with this mental issues, various types of issues. So today we will discuss on the mental health. So mental health refers to the emotional well-being. It is the psychological well-being, physical well-being of an individual. It is generally assumed that mental health issue is only among the adults, but it is actually among the adolescents and among the children also. Among 20% of the adolescents are severely affected by the mental health issues, and people with highest levels of rated mental diseases. Mental health is a measurement of psychological, then emotional and well-being of an individual. And with a person with mental issues likely to die in a cancer or a heart disease. It has been discovered or studied by the Oxford University and Mental Health Foundation. So these mental health issues are very much important and relevant. Even among the children, we need to remove this stress. We need to remove these mental issues right from the childhood age. So today we will discuss on the mental health. What are the characteristics of mental health? How we can identify a person with a good mental health. So people with good mental health feel good about themselves. When we think good about themselves, when we do not compare ourselves, or when we are not get depressed by our own qualities, that condition we can say people feel about themselves, good about themselves, and that person can be identified as mentally healthy. Next important characteristics is they don't overwhelm by the emotions such as fear, anger, love, and jealousy. This is one of the important issues. Mentally ill-health person is generally affected by the emotions. They cannot handle emotions. Many times we have seen among the adolescents, they cannot handle their emotions. Even when they get rejection in the adolescence time, it is the age of romanticism, and when they did not get that affection, or sometimes when they get rejection, many adolescents we have seen have done some behavior or some such kind of activities which are not desirable. Even sometimes we have seen that adolescents has cut their hands, or sometimes they jump from somewhere to get the recognition, and they do many things which are not desirable. So a mentally healthy person does not overwhelmed by emotions such as fear, anger, love, or jealousy. They are not moved by these emotions. They can control their emotions. They can understand. They can know that this is another important characteristics of mentally healthy person. The next important characteristic of a mentally healthy person is they can love themselves and with others. A person who are not mentally healthy cannot love with others, cannot adjust with others, cannot mingle with others. But a healthy person, mentally healthy person, always mingle with others. They laugh, they hang out, they can well adjusted. They can do any work, any activities. So next important characteristics of a mentally healthy person, they can make their own decision. This is one of the important characteristics of a mentally healthy person. Many times we have seen people are failed to make own decision. Especially I am talking about the adolescents. Many times they fail to take decisions. They take wrong decisions. They cannot differentiate among the right and wrong. So a mentally healthy person always know to take their own decision. Their own decision means it is always associated with the right decisions. So the next important thing, what are the factors that affect mental childhood? Why some people are mentally not healthy? What are the factors? One of the important factors is childhood abuse, trauma or neglect. This mental health problem is inherited right from the childhood age. Actually, many times we have seen the people, if you go to the Childline office, and many reports or research work, we will find many children are experiencing childhood abuse. Either it may be a girl or a boy. They experience childhood abuse, and that abuse and that trauma actually make that trauma right from their early age affect their mental health. Next is social isolation or loneliness. Many times we have seen people are socially isolated. Social isolated means sometimes we have seen in nowadays, if we go through the recent trends of the newspapers and all that, many people are isolated from the society because of doing some economic activities or some doing against to some religious against their religious rules or regulations. That isolations also affect the mental health of an individual. Experiencing discrimination in school, experiencing discrimination in any stage, either because of religion, race, of anything. This also affects the mental health of an individual. Next is social disadvantage. Social disadvantage including the poverty, high rate of debt. These things also, we have seen many news that because of debt, many people has suicide. So how they can overcome from their debt, these thoughts ultimately make them doomed, and ultimately that it leads to stress, and this stress leads to high level of depression, and this high level of depression ultimately make them to do drastic steps such as suicide. So this social disadvantage can also affect the mental health of an individual. So next is severe or long-term stress. Long-term stress is like if you are in a bad health condition for a long term. If your leg is broken, it was not joined, and the doctor say no, this leg will be not cured, or any disease. If you are in a long term for in your bed, that also affect in your mental health. So long term stress or severe stress affect the mental health. So these factors, if a person is infected by the mental health issues, then it leads to mental illness. First the things affects the mental health, and if it continues, if the mental issues are continuous, it leads to mental illness. There are various types of diseases, mental illness like bipolar, and it ultimately affects, and the effects of mental health are stress and depression, stress and bipolar disorder, stress and anxiety disorder, stress and personality change, stress and depression. Stress and depression described as is used to describe as sleep problem, fatigue, appetite change, the feeling of worthlessness, self-hate and guilty, inability to concentrate or make decisions, agitation, restlessness, withdrawal. These are the symptoms of stress and depression. So we will move to next, stress and bipolar disorder. So bipolar, when we say bipolar disorder, it involves dramatic shift in moods, energy level, behavior from high to mania. So dramatic shift in mood. For example, if a person is in a normal situation, he is in a normal environment, he is happy, but suddenly he get angry or suddenly he get sadness, or he is feeling like crying, or he will accordingly his behavior will lead him to do so. So this is called stress and bipolar disorder. Next one is stress and anxiety disorder. Anxiety disorder is the most common disorder diagnosis among the people. This anxiety disorder is related to the high level of thinking. Anxiety disorder causes people to worry excessively about upcoming situations, which will lead to avoidance and cause people to have difficulty coping with everyday situation. So, anxiety disorder is related to coping with the day-to-day problem. Too much worriness of a situation, that is related to anxiety disorder. Stress and personality change. This stress leads to change in personality. Personality is associated with the thoughts, and the person thinks himself of another person. So this problem is very acute, and it also leads to mental illness. So these are some of the important things that I have today we have discussed about the mental health and mental issues. Hopefully you will all understand, and it will be helpful to you all. Thank you.